What's up guys? In today's video we're going to be looking at my sealed collection and what are my personal investments currently and how much they've gone up in price since I've bought them. We're going to be looking at the numbers of what I paid, how much I have, what it's worth today, and kind of just my game plan for some of these sealed boxes. So I think you'll find this interesting and maybe you'll get some insights of how you could potentially invest with your collection. So let's go ahead and hop into the computer and look at this list. All right, so we're in the computer looking at my current Pokemon investments, and I've got it organized with how many boxes I have, what I paid total, and then the average per that I paid, just so that way it's a little bit easier to understand what I paid for each individual box. Obviously, buying in bulk is going to get you a lot better deals on most of these things, so but I still wanted to break it down like that. And then what the current price is and what that increase is. So we're just going to go one by one. Obviously, this is not all of my Pokemon investments, but this is stuff that I'm very clearly setting aside. I've told myself I'm not going to open this up. I'm not planning on selling. These are things that I'm going to hold on to. I'm going to collect them and enjoy them from the outside, but hold on to them as an investment. So obviously I have a ton of cards. I have a ton of graded cards, but those are things that I'm not necessarily purposefully holding on to. I'm kind of just enjoying them while I have them, and that's how I'm doing that. So starting off with Japanese 151, I felt like people were going to be really curious about how I'm doing so far, and it hasn't been long. I made a video recently, well, not that recently, but maybe a month or two ago, maybe a little bit longer. It was right around the Japanese 151 reprint, and I went ham. I bought a ton of boxes. In total, I actually bought 77 boxes, but the story with that is I ended up selling 15 of those boxes pretty much immediately. The reason being is I bought them when it was still incredibly expensive compared to what the all-time low was. So I bought about 25-ish boxes at around the 85 or more, actually. It was more like the $90 mark for about 25 out of the 77 boxes. And as some of you may recall, the boxes ended up going all the way down to about $50. And of course, when you factor in shipping and fees, when you're directly buying from Japan, it comes around to closer to maybe $60 per box. But either way, I was terrified. I freaked out. I panicked. I was like, I've got to sell these as soon as possible when I started seeing the prices go down. And fortunately, I sold 15 of those boxes for like pretty much cost, if not a little bit more. So I made a little bit of profit off of those, but pretty much nothing. I pretty much sold those for cost. And then 5 boxes, so I said 15, and then 5 boxes I actually personally opened up because I wanted to open those up for whatnot shows. I wanted to do giveaways and etc. So basically that it accounts for 20 of the boxes, 57 of which I wanted to keep as investments. I paid for these boxes, the total is $3,830. That works out to $67.19 per box. Now, I'm not including those 5 boxes that I opened in the price, even though technically speaking, that would put my average a little bit higher. But I'm not including those because it wouldn't make sense. I'm specifically just talking about these 57 boxes for investment. The other ones I got money from. It wouldn't make sense to include it here. So $67.19 is our per box price. And the current market, and there's going to be a little bit of time here between, the upload and me recording right now. So, this could fluctuate a little bit more. I've seen some sales for $71. I've seen some sales go as high as $130. So, I feel like this is a very respectable price here because the common listed and the common sold prices are around the $75 mark. And this results in a 13% increase, which is Honestly, really good. For how long I've had these boxes, it has not been that long. And on top of it, like I mentioned, I had bought a lot of these boxes for more than that $60 price point. I bought a lot of them when they were worth about $90, and I overpaid for them. So $67.19, I feel like I'm doing really good for that price, and a 13%, I'm already super happy that I'm in the green, and I really wasn't sure how long that was going to take. Moving on through Cyber Judge sealed booster box case. This includes 12 booster boxes, and I'm just doing it based off of the sealed case price. And part of the reason for that is because, well, it's typically worth a little bit more when it's a sealed case versus the individual boxes. The reason being is, individual boxes, some people will be able to find the God boxes, and I'm not sure if this case even has a God box, but I'm pretty sure that with Japanese booster box cases, that's something that they can do. They can weigh each individual booster box, so sealed cases go for more. I paid $355 for this booster box case. That's the entire price. Obviously $355, I only have one of those. The current is $440, around $440. I saw some for $410. I saw some for like $460, $470. So, like I said, this is kind of just where I'm feeling like this would be a realistic sold price for me. It is up 23% as of today. It is the 28th of August today. It's up 23.9%. That's great. Like, I bought this around the same time as I bought Japanese 151. So the fact that it's already up that much is pretty great. Now, obviously, if I were to sell these, on eBay or at a show, eBay takes 15% off the top. So we do have to realize, if I were to liquidate this all right now, I wouldn't do good. I'd actually lose money on the Japanese 151, and I would get only like 8%. And that's if someone paid full price, because you're not always going to get full price. So I'm not really making that much money off of these right now. But remember, we're just trying to track where we're at right now. And I wanted to make this video as sort of a reminder to future me, and just kind of to, show you, wow, this is how affordable these were before. Because, 2, 3, 5 years from now, I'm going to be like, man, that's crazy that it was worth so much less. Or, who knows how the market goes. Next up, Paldea Evolved sealed booster box case. And again, I only have one of these. I paid $565 for this sealed case. You can see right here, and by the way, there was several sales for $850, but one lower sale for $800 because the person bought 2 sealed booster box cases, and I think it was an auction as well. So that was kind of an incredibly low sale at $800 per. So I kind of split the difference, $829.99. And that is a 46.9% increase. Absolutely insane. I am so glad that I was eyeballing Paldea Evolved at this time. I bought it when it was incredibly affordable, in my opinion. I think that as long as you're getting a sealed English booster box case for under $600, I think you're doing great, okay? And the fact that I ended up snagging this for what I did was phenomenal. I'm super happy with how much it's gone up. And I'm really excited to see where that goes from there. So Lost Origin ETBs. I actually bought a sealed case of this, and I defied my own reasoning. And I opened up the sealed Lost Origins ETB case. I opened it up. I ended up parting ways with 2 of them. Don't know why. It was extremely foolish of me now, looking back. But I still have the ETBs. The ETBs are sealed, and I'm holding on to most of them. So we're still gonna do good on the Lost Origin stuff. But I probably could have done better, honestly. So I paid $220 for 8 boxes. Technically speaking, I paid $260, or got that part out. Technically speaking, I paid $280 for all 10. but of course, we're only factoring in the ones that I still have. So that results in $27.50 per. Right now, Lost Origin ETBs, they've come pretty much back up to MSRP. And I mean, it's crazy how cheap these ETBs got at some point. Like that, it really does blow me away because, I mean, if you go to a store like Target or something, I mean, you're going to be paying like $49.99 for an ETB of something that's extremely modern. So that's just something to keep in mind. Maybe try and avoid buying at MSRP if you can. So that's up 41.7%, the second highest return so far on this list, doing excellent on the Lost Origin ETBs. Thank you, Giratina V-Star, or Giratina V. I really appreciate you for being an amazing chase. I mean, man, I knew that card was going to be worth a lot. And then finally on this list is Silver Tempest Build and Battle Stadiums. I have 4 of these right now. This is a similar one to the Lost Origin ETB. 6 Silver Tempest Build and Battle Stadiums come in a box, a sealed box. I ended up opening it up. I opened up 2, but I still have the 4. I spent $110 on those 4, resulting in $27.50, same price as the Lost Origin ETBs. That is up to about $36.66 per box, and that was actually a bulk sale. That was a sale for 3 boxes, so it's up at a bulk price. Individual price, it's probably up even more. It's probably closer to the $40 mark. So I'm doing it at this though because I have 4, and I'm probably going to sell these in the future, multiple at the same time. So that's a 33.3% increase. That's another great increase. And overall, super happy with all of these investments so far. And yeah, I'm doing great. I'm really happy to see that, some of these are almost double what I paid. And yeah, we're going to hold. We're going to see how far they go. It's going to take a while for some of these, lower ones, I'm sure, to keep going up. I mean, Sword and Shield was honestly, popping off recently, so I'm surprised that these aren't up even more, but we'll see. So guys, that's going to wrap up today's video, and I'm hoping that you're able to take something away. And, partially, I'm just kind of making this video for my future self. I think that one thing that's super cool about documenting my, my journey of creating a Pokemon reselling business, and a part of documenting that journey is just documenting the prices and what they are today versus what they might be a year or 5 years from now. I think that is so cool to look back and be like, man, I opened up an entire Evolving Skies booster box. Because I did, and it's crazy to think that now they're worth, what, $600, $700, $800 for a booster box? I mean, it's crazy. I would have never been opening up one of those had I known how much it would be now. So it's kind of just interesting, looking at those instances where things just go crazy with the prices, and I'm really happy with how my investments are doing right now, and we'll see how it goes in the future. But if you guys are interested in getting in on this month's giveaway, make sure to hit the like button, comment down on this video, and make sure you subscribe to the channel, and you'll be entered to win. I really appreciate you guys, and we'll catch you in the next one. Peace.